Hello, everybody. Starting soon. Got Sean, got Christian. It'll be a good show.
Heyo.
That's the...
I'm eating, sorry.
All right, there's that. All right. Oh, it's okay. Mailbag, is that what we're doing today?
Yes, we're doing
Yes,
that.
sir.
Okay, cool.
Also, I think you might need to balance my volume. I seemed a little loud on the Bombcast video today.
Sounds good. Give me, well, let's see where maybe exactly.
Talk a little bit. Just give you.
You're a little
1,
loud.
2, 3.
Yeah.
You're a
Little loud.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn it
I
down
realized
a
my
little bit.
mic got turned down at some point in the past. I just corrected it. So this is where I should be. So
Okay,
correct off
that's
of,
probably what it is.
off of this.
Check. I am okay. So I'm right around there. Oh, we can give you like 85 even. I think that's gonna be fine. Okay.
Chickaroo. I recognize your okay on the wavelengths chat now.
What now?
It's weird. I recognize your okay on the
Yeah.
wavelengths when I'm editing.
Get used to it.
Yep.
Because
That.
you do okay. You
Yep.
do like
Yeah,
before.
that's just kind of me
Yeah,
starting my brain, jump starting my brain, or the gap between news stories as well. Was the my signature.
Yeah, spoilers, everyone. Listen to the. All right. Every time you change the subject on Game S Mornings.
Yep, that's the key. That's how you unlock it. Yep.
And that's it. Yeah, all right.
All right.
All right.
All right. Yep, that.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Banana.
Oh, banana.
Banana.
Yeah, get those super chats in, everybody. We'll get to those. All right. I am gonna.
I'm ready.
All right. Okay. I think we are good. Let me bring that there. Turn off this music. Let's get the right music for the podcast.
Hey, you guys hear me? Start cheering now!
I didn't show this commercial. Yeah, sorry. I just got out of the shower, so my hair. Boy, me, that's a little bit of a mess.
Did you
Got
guys?
frostbite a
Oh no,
little
you guys
bit.
wouldn't have heard that because I restarted. Let me do this.
Hey, you guys hear me? Start cheering now!
We hear him now.
All right, start cheering now.
Okay.
Okay,
Let's get this over with.
let's get this over with. All right, I think we're good. All right, you guys ready? There it is.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Let's
Yep.
start it then. I am looking at this. I got to count us in and hit record. Yeah. Sean, you ready?
I am ready.
Let's do it. We're going to start in 5, 4, 3.
Hey, you guys hear me? Start cheering now! Yeah, let's get this over with! Yeah!
Woof woof. Hi, I'm Jeff Grubb and I am a Nintendog.
Hi, I'm Sean Sean McDowell, and I'm a Nintendog.
And we are the last of the Nintendogs. Oh, ruff, ruff, ruff.
Woof, 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 woof,
Woof,
woof.
woof, woof, ruff. In this episode, we're going to be hanging out. Video games, Nintendo, probably some Donkey
Something like
Kong. That Game Boy thing got announced. That's pretty cool. We're still desperate for Metroid Prime news. And where's that Nintendo Direct? We'll talk about all that.
Hey!
Sean, how are you doing?
Hot, Jeff. Holy balls, I'm hot. It's been in the 90s all day. Heat index around 100. It's just, how am I going to survive Vegas for a week?
Oh, yeah, you're
I
not,
don't.
actually. Yeah, this is it for you. Sorry, bud.
I can't
yeah.
go outside.
Same. I remember my phone yesterday was telling me, "Don't worry, tomorrow will be 6 degrees colder," and it was like 100 degrees yesterday. And I'm like, "Guys, colder is just not the word we should be using. What are you talking about?" And then it actually
less
wasn't
survival mode-y.
yeah, it wasn't even colder. It was just as hot today, and I've been downstairs, so my Nest thermostat is doing the thing where it doesn't detect me walking around. So it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna turn this off, put it in eco mode. Don't worry, you're not home. We're gonna save you some money. I'm like, please don't do that. Please stop doing that. I'm in the basement. I need this air conditioner so bad. Yeah,
Yes.
it's rough out. But I've been inside playing Mario Paint and Donkey Kong, so I've been just fine for the most part. But you leave tomorrow, right? You're heading out.
I do very early tomorrow. We're doing a thing again where it was doing things a roundabout way ended up being way cheaper, like several hundreds of dollars cheaper. So me and my friend are flying out super early tomorrow. Like I have to leave at like 5 to catch our flight around 7-ish. And then I'm flying out to Vegas. But we're getting there in the morning, you know, because it's only a 4-hour direct flight. So I'm gonna be on vacation for a couple days. Then I go to Evo. I'm gonna do a little bit of work while I'm there, but that's also vacation-y because I'm not competing this year. So I'm gonna mostly just unwind over the weekend. It's gonna be nice, you know, just hang out by the pool or something after it's all done.
Yeah, perfect. That sounds fantastic. I hope you enjoy yourself. If people want evidence for your ability to enjoy yourself at Evo, you put up a video over on Giant Bomb explaining people like what Evo's like. Well, you know how to enjoy Evo. It's pretty good. People should check it out.
Yeah, thank you. It went up earlier today. A lot of people may not have seen it yet, but I put a lot of work into that one. It was a long time coming. It's one of those things, Jeff, I think you're the same way, where if something's rattling around in your brain, like it's not necessarily about like getting this quality thing out. It's about, okay, the idea is no longer rattling around in there. I just feel relieved.
It's a little bit of a painful feeling of just having that there and like, oh, I gotta deal with that for sure. And then it becomes its own source of anxiety. It's a fun thing for sure. I'm happy you were able to get it done, get it out, and this week's perfect because people are heading out to Evo, so it'll be like a little pre-game for people as we get ready to watch some cool fighting game stuff. Fewer people attending this year at Evo. That just seems to be the case with American travel.
I think it's fewer competitors.
That's what it is.
But more.
Is it more attendees?
Okay. That's more of an indictment of where fighting games are at right now.
Yeah, you think? Okay, yeah, I'm sure that's a big part of it. It does feel like a little bit of an off year for fighting games after having several on years where the big games would come out one after another. Yeah, fair enough. You know what? I'm not feeling great right now. I'm feeling a little bit. So let's get on with the show. Let's just do this thing. All right. Well, I'm ready to do a podcast, but we should probably get through it, not prolong anything. So we have some news here. Metroid Prime 4 has been rated in South Korea. Good news. That just makes it feel more real to me. That's where I'm at, Sean. We talked about this on the Bombcast. I think we probably do hear about this date soon. Either at this alleged direct this week, which I'm still hopeful for. I would love that for that to happen. I think it probably could. I haven't heard anything myself, so I don't know. But I heard the end of July, and July's not over, so I'm holding out onto that. But if we don't hear it there, I don't think it's going to be that much longer before we actually do get this information, especially since they seem to be in the home stretch here where they're sending out, I don't know how it works in South Korea, but in the Americas for ESRB or in the United States, they just send a videotape or whatever. It's probably not a videotape anymore, is it? It's probably a video file. And they send that to the ESRB, and it has all the worst possible scenes in there for them to judge. If they're doing that, that means that game's, they think it's ready. So I'm feeling like, hey, you should tell me when it's coming out then, so I can gauge where I should place my anticipation. You think we hear about this soon?
Yeah, I think it's an inevitability at this point, which is part of the reason why it's always so funny that people get antsy about them. It's gonna happen eventually. They're not done with Nintendo Directs,
No.
So it's just a question of how soon. And if Nate heard this week, end of July, whatever the case may be, then I assume that's like, again, at least the plan. We'll see if the plan, ends up working out. I'm trying to remember who said this, but I know someone in the media has said they push back Nintendo Directs a little bit sometimes just because if it's a little bit lighter, the plan was, this week. And then they're like, oh, wait, we're negotiating a couple things really last minute. So we'll just push it back, like a week or two or whatever the case may be in order to get more in there. Maybe that's what's happening here. Who knows? But we'll get one sooner rather than later because it's been a while.
Yep. And Metroid Prime 4, you think that's probably November-ish? What do you think? I guess
For release date.
for release date, yeah.
You know, my first instinct was actually like September.
I hope
because
so.
I don't think they would release it in October. I think October is Pokemon.
That sounds right.
So, and I don't know about Metroid carrying the holiday season, but if they have nothing else, like, you know, Pokemon is carrying the holiday season, but I guess that would be their big Nintendo game at the time, right? Like
Mhm.
or Nintendo game, honestly, big first party game. I think that's what they would have to do. So maybe November is right. Maybe you're onto something there.
Yeah, it's like that's just a gut feeling when I'm like looking at everything and the way that they've treated Metroid so far, which is to say it's coming this year, but not to give us too many details. I don't know if they put it in November. I don't know if that's them saying this is carrying our holiday, although effectively that would be the case. Well, even if that's the case, Pokemon's still carrying the holiday no matter what, right? That's the bundle. That's the thing.
Right,
That's
exactly.
the big ticket item that gets a lot of different people into the Switch too. And then Metroid Prime
Especially
4
with
is
that
there for
bundle
us.
that they announced.
Yeah, it's gonna go a very long way. So then, if Metroid ends up there, I think that's just them saying, "Hey, the freaks that are out for Black Friday and looking for that stuff, that we know who you are, and you're the person that probably cares a little bit more about Metroid Prime 4 than our general audience." I think. I don't know. I haven't thought about that too much more than that, but I think that's just feels right to me. And also, I'm trying not to get my hopes up for playing that game any sooner than what is possible. And so that's why I'm like, it could even be December before I'm playing that thing, because I don't want to be too hopeful.
Could be.
Yeah,
They have
it could
put out
be.
more hardcore games in December specifically. Like I don't know why I remember this, but Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was December,
Yeah.
as I recall.
Smash was December.
So they could
couple
do more than that.
times,
Yeah,
right?
Smash, true.
Yeah.
Granted, Smash sort of
Smash can come out whenever.
bridges
Yeah.
the communities, yeah, but yeah.
Yep. So we'll see. I really hope that we just get to tomorrow, Sean, and we get an announcement for a direct that happens on Thursday. That would be fantastic. You know, even if it's a mini direct that drops tomorrow or Thursday, whatever, as long as it just has that date in there, I'll be really happy. At this point, I don't even need any new announcements. I'm like, yeah, I just want to play Metroid Prime 4. I'm finishing up Donkey Kong, and I'll be playing that still for quite some time because I want to 100% it. But Metroid Prime 4 is the next big thing for me, and I know for a lot of people that's true as well, including yourself. Yeah. There was that Lego Game Boy reveal. Finally, it's been leaked a bunch of times. It's $60. It's 421 pieces, I want to say. It's coming October 1st. I think it looks really cool and cute. I think I hope they keep going this way, where it's like, we got the NES, now here's the Game Boy. I hope they just do all the hardware eventually, and I'm glad they didn't skip the Game Boy.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm glad that we're here with this thing, and it looks like they're just trying to do as close to one-to-one as possible, and has a few cool effects in terms of, here's a cartridge, here's a screen you could put in there. You mentioned that there was a lenticular element to that screen, so that it actually animates to some degree. That's awesome.
That's neat.
Yeah, it's neat. How have you like felt about the Lego Nintendo partnership overall, including like the Mario stuff? Do you think they've kind of hit it for the most part, or do you feel it's been lacking in any way?
I'll be honest, I don't really care about Legos in any capacity anymore, because they are sort of hitting the opposite ends of the market, where they very much cater towards kids and then like builders, people who want something very intricate to build. So it just doesn't really appeal to me. But when we were at Dan's for Extra Life, he does have some of those, and I remember looking at those and going, those are pretty cool.
Yeah.
They seem pretty intricate and like well designed and everything. So I think they are really neat. It's just always been for me that they are so pricey for, you're not getting a lot out of it necessarily. I assume, Lego people are going to say that it's worth it to them, because sort of like model builders, same thing. If you like building various figures and stuff, it's worth it to you. But to me, it just hasn't been. This is a more appealing thing because it is lower cost at $60. It's the kind of thing I can just, put together, put it on my desk or shelf or whatever. Even if it wasn't Legos, if it was just like a little Game Boy model, I would even consider it. Like maybe see if it went on sale, but if it's like selling out immediately, might have to get one right away. But I just think it's a much more appealing product to me. So I think like I said, if they keep going with all different consoles, that would be really neat just to like have a collection of them.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm with you where it's like for Lego, I think you have to really enjoy the process of building them and then also having them. Like you have to kind of enjoy the whole thing. Otherwise, it's like it can sometimes feel a little bit wasteful. But if there's a lot of people out there that fully like that's their thing, and I enjoy it occasionally. I do also get the guilt of like having an unbuilt kit and then buying another one. And that's like, oh, that's a bad feeling. I didn't build the last one. And I don't know when I'm ever going to do that. Do I have the time? So that's kept me from buying a lot of these. But the Game Boy was priced appropriately for me to just jump on it. $60, 421 pieces. I bet it will be a quick build. And all of that's pretty appealing to me right now. I mean, maybe what's my appetite as well. And then I finally go make that Mario 64 question block map thing that the Minotti's got me for my birthday a couple years ago. That would be fun. Okay, Sean, I got to ask you something. Let's just say, hypothetically, that 18 minutes ago, Nintendo of America dropped an 8-minute trailer for Dragon Drive. And it was a fully detailed thing about that game, which is out August 14th. It is essentially their next first-party release. There might be some other... well, no, I think the Kirby DLC is later in August. So I think this is their next thing.
Right.
Would you read into this, in this hypothetical scenario, that this is good news or bad news for the Direct that is allegedly happening?
I would say unrelated is like gut feeling there. But like if I had to say if it's related one way or another, I don't know. Because maybe that just... What do you think? Like Dragon Drive was the Direct?
No, I don't know. I'm legitimately asking because people are pointing out this hypothetical scenario did just happen now 19 minutes ago or whatever. It's a 7-minute and...
Is it on Twitter or is it on YouTube?
It's on YouTube, a 7-minute and 54-second video. To me, that says like they want to have a focus on Dragon Drive. If there is a Direct, there will probably be like a minute about there in a Direct. They weren't going to do 8 minutes on Dragon Drive in a Direct, I don't think. And then they just, if people get excited, they can check out this video as well. I don't think this says that there was like, they're doing this in lieu of a Direct.
No, it's titled Overview Trailer. That's a Nintendo thing. That's different.
They just
it's
do
unrelated.
This. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think people want to think that if this is happening and the Game Boy thing got announced and Mario Paint happened, aren't those all things that would just be in a Direct? And I don't see it that way. I don't necessarily think that's the case. And a lot of this just feels like standard Nintendo communications. And then the Direct is about a handful of specific Nintendo things and then a bunch of partner shit. A bunch of third-party stuff, which I bet will continue to be a huge focus for them in this first year of the Switch 2. So you think this is completely unrelated? No, like doesn't say anything about the chance of a Direct one way or another?
No, I just think it's timing because like Nintendo has to operate acting like they don't know that the rumors are circulating, even though they always do. The employees do. And so if this was planned to go up today, it was going up today either way, regardless of if people knew about this Direct or not. Yeah. So, and I don't think it's the kind of thing that has a relation to the Direct, especially because if the Direct is still happening by the end of July, then it's happening on Thursday. So 2 days apart, it's just, pacing of press releases and stuff. I just don't think they're related.
Yep. I think I tend to agree with that this is something that is happening on its own timeline for a separate team apart from whoever's planning the Direct. And Dragon Drive could still be in there, might not be in there, probably will be in there. But that this trailer would have come out at this time no matter what, because it's more related to its own release date than to whatever's happening with the Direct. We treat the Direct like the center of the Nintendo universe. And Nintendo, I don't think, sees it that way. It is just another tool in their toolbox. But for us, it's like, well, this is something that could have filled in a Direct and made that even bigger. And it's Nintendo doesn't always, and rarely actually thinks that way. Not a lot of other Nintendo stories this week. We are kind of all just playing Donkey Kong. we talked about it a bunch on the Bombcast, but there was a lot of questions like, okay, so that really was the Mario team, 3D Mario team. We had a big long discussion about what that means for that team going forward. I don't know if have you had any other thoughts about that? Because I've been kind of sitting with it all day now, and I'm definitely like, they probably could return to Donkey Kong. You know what it was? I was playing it, and I was doing Mario Paint or something. Can't remember what I was. Oh no, I was playing Mario Party because I was trying to see why my button pressing was so slow compared to my friends when we played Mario Party, and I beat their record, by the way.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's in the fucked up that Dan Riker accused you using turbo.
It is fucked up, and I'm going to suggest that he lawyer up because he's about to get sued.
You in the back.
Mm-hmm.
You don't do that shit.
Yeah, son of a bitch.
Slander.
Anyway, I was playing that, and I was selecting my character, and my kid's like, hey, can we play that later? Sure. And my kid's like, I want to be Donkey Kong. I'm like, well, I never thought I would hear her say that, but she's been playing Donkey Kong Bonanza. And it just feels like Nintendo's done so much work to make Donkey Kong another major character. And I think after the movie, like, yeah, this game will be here. And they're definitely going to do a 3D Mario after this. But I wouldn't be surprised if they kind of oscillate back and forth. Now, does that mean they take 6 years on each one? I don't know. I think they probably do have to get a little bit creative about how they get these teams to work on things. And maybe they do try to bring some of the 3D platformer Mario love to one of these other EPD studios or one of their partner studios, external partner studios. And the 3D Mario team begins executive producing something, or one of these games more frequently. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But I do think that they are going to be looking at ways to keep these characters like in the rotation more frequently and not just go Mario. Does that sound right?
That sounds right to me. Yeah, especially because, I mean, first of all, just the response to Bonanza has been glowing, just overwhelmingly positive. So I think it's proven that as long as you just make a good game and make the characters appealing in whatever their own way needs to be, people will latch on to it. It doesn't, like you said, it doesn't need to be Mario all the time, even if it's going to be something as explicit as a Mario style game like Bonanza really is. It really is Odyssey 2 in many ways, while still being its own thing in other aspects. It feels like a continuation of what they've been doing. I think they can do more of that, like I was talking about earlier today, of it being different flavors of Nintendo and not necessarily an individual studio's thing. I think they can keep that going and have the ideas free flow between studios a little bit more. And as you see more of that bleed between the different ones, I think the games will all just be better because of it, and people will be more receptive to whatever any of those games might be in those series.
I guess they updated Mario Kart World as well today. Yeah, there's patch notes out for July 29th. I'm trying to see if there's anything notable in the versus race of single player. Added no com to the com rules. Computer rules.
The big one I saw Wolf was pointing out in chat that the frequency of 3-lap races is more common now.
Okay. So that's what I was looking for. Is there any feedback about 3-lap races? So I think they I don't know how much heat anyone at Nintendo ever really feels, but I think they try to pay some attention, and they're like, okay, we can make some adjustments here. That's something.
If it's such a major complaint about the game, not necessarily people shouting at them online or shouting at the social media managers online. If it's like the reviews and everything are all saying it, that's when they're like, all right, let's re-examine this. Is this something that we can do? Do we feel that the balance is a little off with this, that, or the other? Yeah, that's when they take a look at these things. I think that's what we're getting here, is that everyone unanimously was like, I don't know about the riding between courses thing after a little while. I haven't heard a single person who loves it overwhelmingly in comparison to the old model. I think everyone wants more of a better mix or just more of the traditional racing.
Yeah, definitely. I just want the sort of weight to be much more in favor of the traditional 3 laps. I don't hate the go driving between courses. I think that they can sprinkle it in, but it should be a sprinkle as opposed to the main course, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So the other thing here, made the computer players weaker in everything other than battle. That's of course, after I worked so hard to do 150cc and get first place in everything. Although I didn't get first place in every race when I got like the gold trophy and everything. So maybe I can go back and do that.
Did you hear how the AI worked up until now?
I maybe vaguely, but no, remind me.
They increase the difficulty relative to how much boosting and other high level tricks you do. So if you just go straight and like don't do any like tricking or boosting or anything like that, you will just be in first place the whole time. And sorry if that like broke the glass for some people on that, but that's the way it's been up until now. People like reproduced it, like speedrunners who are trying to figure out the game, like reproduced it and stuff like that. So that's probably what they're talking about there, is like adjusting how the rubber banding, how the AI works, and all of that stuff.
That's kind of that's difficult
to punish you less for being a good player,
right? You know, I'm trying to I'm like, how would I feel about that if I were designing that game? Would I? It's like that's a good thing, right? Because if someone's that good, they should also still feel like they have a challenge. I don't know.
That
I
makes
guess
sense to me.
You know what though? I think that's where you save it for 200cc, right? You put 200cc out, let the real freaks go in there and struggle against the computer players on that level. 150cc should probably actually still be like, if you're that good, you just smoke all these fools.
Yeah, and also, you know what? I'll say you, Jeff, because this is where we differ, because you like 200 and I don't. I think World is actually pretty prime for 200cc.
I think so too.
Like the bigger courses and everything like that. I think maybe they even designed it in mind of it being a possibility. Possible.
And it feels like I have definitely felt that way. Like, hey, 200cc would be a good fit for this track or that track.
Yeah. I
hope they launch it soon. That would be very cool, although who knows? They haven't said one word about it. Maybe they'll never bring 200cc back. I hope not. Okay. I think what we'll do now is take a break, come back, read super chats. There's a lot that the folks want to talk about, Sean, so we'll do that right after this.
It's kind of like skill-based matchmaking if you think about it, you know?
Yeah. It kind of is, yeah. I think it's just because it's so abusable that people saw it as a bad thing.
I think it's like anything where you say, hey, play worse and the game will get easier.
To do better.
Yeah, to do better. Yeah. That just doesn't sound good. Doesn't feel good.
It's just if you realize that was happening, I think you will feel bad. But if you don't realize,
I agree.
What's the harm?
No, you're right for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got shampoo in my eyes.
No, that's the worst.
Yeah.
If anyone noticed, I'm not stoned tonight. I just got shampoo in my eye.
Yeah, one night where he's not stoned, everybody.
That's right.
Okay, I'm gonna bring it in. Bring it back.
You had the who's reading the?
Sean, are you gonna read the super chats?
I read super chats. You read mailbag, right?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
First ones are from Simon.
Yes,
that sounds right.
Yes,
right?
Yeah, he'll have 4 in a row. Yep. Okay.
4.
Cool.
All right, bring it back, Jeff.
All right, we're back, and that's right. Skill-based matchmaking is woke. Steph_E in chat. We are going to read some super chats, and to do that, I will require the help of one Turbo Sean McDonald. Can you go ahead and read that for me?
Yes, sir. Got him pulled up here. First up, Simon from Saskatchewan. Since there's no Funky, and you're a man of your word, Jeff, I suggest being one in a game. I suggest the game I enjoyed a while back called Evil Genius.
What, a terrorist? Look, I need to see it for myself, all right? I did see the word funky in the game at one point. So, who knows? I'm holding out hope. Until I 100% that shit, I'm not doing anything.
I'm doing 9/11.
I'm not doing anything too drastic until I see for myself every corner of that game. I'll find that bastard. He's in there somewhere.
Why did I attach my career to you? Another one from Simon. Or Maneater, because sharks are terrorists of the sea.
Sure. You know what? I played a couple hours of Maneater, had a lot of fun, and then stopped playing it. It feels like a good summer game. I wish I had a million more hours in a day.
That's also the developers of Maneater probably made that game with that in mind.
Yeah,
if you hop in, just being like, yeah, I'm a shark, and then hopping out because you're like, well, done being a shark.
Right? Yeah, I get it. Like, and that was fun. Nothing bad to say about that. Yeah, exactly.
Third one from Simon. Now that Mike's not here, can you add mugs to the merch store? Or will you allow his tyrannical mug policy to continue? If he gets mad, just say it was Jerf. He's not gonna get mad, Jerf.
We have plans. Don't worry. All right. Don't worry. Okay. We know his travel schedule. We will, and when it happens, you all better act fast because he's going to take it down. I'm not even joking. He's going to take it down. So as soon as it pops up, as soon as you see it, you tell your friends. You guys got to get that mug in that moment.
Chuckle spread everywhere. Don't you worry. And then a fourth one here from Simon. Nintendo's next IP, Connected Soccer Moms. Gameplay? What's the gameplay of Connected Soccer Moms?
Well, obviously it's a Strand game, right? You got to find ways to bring these soccer moms back together, and then the sequel, should we have connected these soccer moms? It's a big existential question.
Yes, the only Strand game I will accept.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Without a doubt. Yeah. Wait, what did you actually end up titling the podcast today? I didn't see. Do you remember?
The coolest Deborah.
Yeah, that's such a good phrase. That got me when Bacalar said that, or whoever said that.
A really good one. Yeah. Big Fresh 37 is up next. How much pressure do you think Obsidian and Gearbox were putting on their publishers to not be $80? Do you think that mattered?
I mean, I'm sure there's like some people be like, but when the company that pays all your bills is saying we need to make this money back, so we're going to raise. I don't know, how much can you really say?
It's
about.
I'm not sure
really
that
about
they
their
could
pay grade.
apply.
Yeah,
pressure per se. I'm sure Big Fresh is just phrasing it that way for simplicity's sake.
Sure.
But yeah, in terms of like you're saying, how much say do they get in general? I would say little, unless it's because let me think. Obsidian and Gearbox. Gearbox could have a little more sway, but Obsidian, I think, is seen as small enough in the Microsoft pantheon to be like, listen, we don't give a shit what you think. We're gonna try $80,
Yep. I'm sure they're consulted at one point, and they're like, hey, we're going to make this thing $80. Can you help us with the marketing, the language, and saying why it's worth that? And then at that point, someone who's probably, a lead and executive on that team going, oh, look, man, wow, we did not think that you were going to charge that much for the game. Maybe that conversation happens, or they're like, we're not so sure about that. But these are the people that make the game. They are literally not the people who sell the game or set the prices. Microsoft does have other people to do that, or Obsidian might have had those people at one point, but Microsoft just laid off a lot of people. So I imagine that the whole idea is, no, you don't worry about that. You make the game. We'll make these decisions. So I don't know how much pressure or anything else, or say they could have had one way or the other, but there was probably a little bit of a "we told you so," where it's like, hey, what do you guys think this should be priced? And they're going 70. I doubt anyone at Obsidian was going, you could definitely charge $80 for this.
Right. Next is going to be from Zombie Porin. So how many Giant Bomb signups, which you can do at giantbomb.com/join, by the way, are we from making Sean don the bandana and ride on his chopper into the land of Days Gone and continue Days Sean TM? It's above my pay grade.
Yeah, I think we should be able to make that happen relatively soon. This would have been a perfect week to get it back, but you had to go fucking Evo.
It was, if I was here, like, it would have been the perfect time to bring it back. Like, back in the day, I said Deshaun always would be, like, it was going away, and then when we need to fill in some programming slots, I would bring it back. I just happened to be leaving the same week everyone else is.
Yep. But we'll find those slots. That'll happen again, and we'll make it happen soon. I want to see it. Okay. I wasn't around for the first time. I was out when you did Days Sean. That's
true. That was when you were gone. Yeah.
So I want to make that like re-up and catch up and see what happened and sit in on a couple episodes. We can make it happen.
Deacon Saint Sean.
Deacon Saint Sean. Some are saying. Big Fresh 37 is back. Stream Sunderfolk Dorks.
I can't remember what Sunderfolk is. People have brought it up before, right?
Me neither.
Isn't the one from like
turn-based tactical RPG adventure inspired by gathering around a table with friends, up to 4 players.
Never mind. I was completely wrong.
I would have guessed wrong too. Okay, a kind of like tabletop adaptation into a video game. Oh yeah, right, with these animal. Okay, I guess I didn't realize how multiplayer focused or co-op focused it was. We'll do it.
When's the next time Dan's out?
Yeah, this feels like a Dan needs to be out kind of game. Actually, I think next week. I think he's got something next week. So
he sees the dice and like loses his shit, starts breaking everything.
They're anthropomorphic animals. Yeah, and he's gonna ask, "Do people fuck to this?" And it's like,
so
okay.
I'm just saying, if you wanted me on that stream, I'm available. You know what I'm saying?
All right,
just saying.
I'll you know what? I'm gonna add it right now to my Trello so I can remember it. Sunderfolk.
Oh, Mr. Fancy Pants. Okay.
Yeah.
While you're doing that, I will read that one Lex Luddy says, "How are you celebrating my birthday?" Penis.
I'm
we'll
buying
do.
100 copies of Ballin Wonderland.
And I'll drink a Guinness and God, I need some more stereotypical Irish stuff. What else do I got?
Potato cake patties, like
just,
the pancakes.
Yeah, have a bunch. Yeah, boxty. Yeah, mix some boxty. Yeah.
I'm gonna spend my day hating on the English.
Right. Yeah,
good?
I'll sing a song about how it's awesome the Queen is dead.
Oh, I don't need a reason to do that. I make fun of Andy Robinson every
Please
day.
stay on the box. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Jason
happy
Million chat.
birthday,
Trello,
Lex.
what a cool guy. That's right. That's what they say about me. Yes, happy birthday, Lexi.
Darachi, I'm building a model kit while watching tonight. It's an animal-themed robot. If y'all can guess which animal it is, I'll super chat again. Penis.
All right, my guess is gonna be a honey badger.
I'm gonna Google this real quick to make sure I have the right animal. Yes, because I'm only slightly familiar with it. I'm gonna say a liger because you're building a Zoid.
Oh, okay, I like that.
Feels like a deep enough cup that someone in our audience would do.
I like Zoids and I like ligers.
Yeah, there you go. Those were cool.
Yeah.
David Arline, which one of you is Starboy and which one of you is the captain of outer space? We already know who Mr. Pants is.
I think I'm Starboy and you're captain of outer space. That sounds right to me. Who's Captain Pants or Mr. Pants? Is that Mike?
Who the fuck is Starboy and captain of outer space?
Oh, I have no idea. I'm just going with it. I answer the super chats. I don't have to understand them.
Isn't Starboy
I know you well enough to know that was what you're doing, but
sorry, isn't Starboy?
No, that can't be right.
What's the question about Starboy? The Weekend song? Yeah, there's a Weekend song called Starboy. Sure.
I thought Starboy was a character from Concord.
Oh, is that what it is?
The super chat has one like on it though, so somebody knows what it is.
Yeah.
And people are saying home movies reference.
Oh shit! Yeah, Starboy and the Captain of Outer Space. Hell yeah. Okay. God, home movies is so goddamn good. Yeah.
What?
Home Movies is an old Adult Swim. It's like an early first generation Adult Swim show.
Okay.
It God, I was gonna be like my okay. This is bad. This is where I'm at. My explanation to you was be like I was going to use an even older show. It'd be like, Dr. Katz, right? The weird squiggly line show, and it's like, of course, like you don't know Home Movies. Of course, you wouldn't know that.
No.
But yeah, it's from the guy that did that. Actually, this guy went on to do Metalocalypse as well. That one maybe.
Oh, okay, now you're talking my language.
That one feels like one that more people would know. Yeah, that's that crew.
Yeah, they were still showing that. People I think knows by now. I didn't have cable until college, so like yeah, but they were still running that on Adult Swim when I started watching. So.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that was a very popular one for them.
From Postman Dan, is Final Fantasy IV the after years just Frasier? And holy shit, that's fantastic. Yes, it is.
It is. 100%.
Jeff, even if you don't know what it is, I assume you can infer what Final Fantasy IV the after years
is. I'm kind of piecing together using context clues for sure, but like how much like Frasier delay? Is it like following one of the characters as he moves to the other side of the country and gets a whole new crew?
I think it like literally is, yes.
Hell yeah. All right, that's awesome.
Yeah, I haven't played it myself. I'm pretty sure, it just follows Cecil or whoever, like just what the hell they did after all the events, so...
there it goes. YouTube was freezing on me. I'm like, just go ahead and crash already. And as I thought that sentence, it crashed. Good website.
Yeah, mine already happened. People probably saw me look.
I hit it with a Control F5, and that helps. Control F5.
That's force refresh, like without cookies or something like that, right?
It refreshes it downloads like the entire thing over again.
I'll try that.
No cache. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Next up from Miranda, I believe, with Dan playing Pimp My Ride, I recommend a similar terrible PS2 title for future Blight. The licensed American Chopper game. It sucks. Enos.
Yeah, I bet that's pretty similar. My guess would be that's a similar kind of game. I mean, they're saying that, but like very similar in terms of structure of go get the money and then use that money to build the custom motorcycle. It would be very funny if that also was like Dan's next game, and if we had like 5 of these and we just made Dan play all of them, that would be funny. It'd actually be terrible show, but be funny.
Here's the thing: everyone will expect you to do it, and you've already done Ride to Hell. So, what I'm thinking we do: give to Mike.
Yeah,
because he already has a problematic persona, and we just need to give him another one.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. He can. It could be his American Badass era. That'd be fun.
Yes, exactly.
Christian, how come you're not banning the people in chat saying that this sounds like a Grubb game, a game that I should play on Blight Club? Get them all banned. Jason Finelli, get him out of here.
Listen, wait a second. They might be into something, but like we can choose to suppress. You know, they the first or whatever.
Yeah,
That's whatever it is. You know, it's free speech, brother.
Remind me to tell you to the game that I'm considering on giving to Mike next. If I don't give it to Mike, I'm going to give it to Dan. So when we're done here, remind me.
Gotcha. From Cody Bishop, been playing Primal Planet 2D pixel game where you're a caveman with a dino buddy. Super cool so far. It's on Steam. I was like, what is train emoji? And then like some like
wow,
fire
good job.
Emoji.
I would have just given up. Primal Planet. Okay. Let me see
I didn't got it like until you said it.
Yeah, that was well done.
I was like, what is going on here? It's just like a train.
It's in a
Cody just conked out halfway through.
It's in a double pack with Rain World. Interesting. Okay.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna try this. Yeah, this looks pretty cool. All right, neat.
All right, Chad, stop saying that it's a Grubb game. That is it sounded racist. Whatever, like a motorbike game comes out in the
yeah,
it's a Grubb game.
That's stereotyping.
Cody is back. Been watching the Osbournes on Prime. R.I.P. Bad emoji.
Man, I should like just watch a couple of episodes of that. I used to watch that show when it was first when it first aired. Yeah, it's back when like those kinds of reality TV shows were still relatively novel, and to have it with someone like Ozzy Osbourne, I had been to Ozfest a bunch of times.
Really?
So, so it was like, okay, I'll watch this. I wonder how much of it I will remember. I just remember the rest of his family being actually kind of the crazier ones, and Ozzy was just always like, would you stop that? He's got Ozzy Osbourne. Old Ozzy Osbourne kind of reminds me of like Dan when Dan's kind of stuffy about stuff, and they're very similar.
Definitely, I know what you mean. Wiley Jenkins, have I stumbled onto the Fabulous Hair Gang? Well, more fabulous than Mike, at least. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, slightly. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah. Join the party. We're having great hair over here. Pert Plus.
That's right. Christian has pretty nice hair, too. You can't see it, but got pretty nice hair.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Michael O'Leary, can't believe Mike and Dan perished in a driverless car. Oh, Jesus Christ, can't believe they posted that. Good night, sweet princess. May you find a Taco Bell and Rainforest Cafe in God's shining light. Yeah, pour one out.
I like saw it on social media, and then I went in the Discord, and Dan's like, should we post this? And everyone's just like, it's funny. Yeah. And I was like, I bet this is not going to go super great, but whatever. People need to chill. They're just dumb animals.
I saw it on Blue Sky first, and then I saw a Discord message, and I'm like, well, you already did it, so I'm not gonna say anything.
Yep, exactly. It's whatever, not a big deal.
Laser Wolf, what's better from the anime, the original Pokemon theme or the Kanto Poke Rap? Jeff, how familiar are you with either?
Is the Kanto Poke Rap, is that the one from like the first season? Like,
just the one that they didn't try doing later on. Yeah.
Okay.
The one you know.
I mean, what's better from the anime, the original Pokemon theme or the Kanto Poke Rap? It's easily the original theme. That's like a banger rock and roll song that I still sing to myself to this day. It rules.
It's just good hair metal that they put into the intro of a kid's cartoon.
Yep, and that singer goes for it. Yeah.
Yeah, it goes a little like Michael Jackson in places too. If you hear like other songs on the soundtrack too, it's great. And I definitely know the original theme by heart. I do not know the Poke Rap by heart.
No, so. It's fun. The Poke Rap's fun. Nothing wrong with the Poke Rap.
It's cute. Yeah. YouTube freaking out a little bit, but next up is Zombie Porn again. GMM guests be like, things are on fire over at Ubisoft, and Grubb be like, I think about saying Mike Minotti on fire once a week. Then OBS crashes.
Hey, don't put that bad juju back on me. OBS has not crashed in a couple of weeks. Forget what I did to fix it. I did a display driver uninstaller, and it's worked since then. So I think it was those 5080 drivers, of course, the NVIDIA.
Yeah, the 50
bad.
series has been nothing but problems. Like, thankfully, mine's been mostly good. I've had a couple issues related to OBS, but otherwise, so far, so good.
Yep, yeah. So things are working now. So no more OBS crashing, even if Mike Minotti is on fire.
Right. Patman 683 has joined the Lincoln tier. Thank you, Patman.
Thank you so much. That's the membership here we have on YouTube. It gets you all the same benefits you get when you become a Patreon member. So thank you so much, Patman.
Hemo Goblin, which is a great name.
Yeah.
Heard of the indie game Advent Neon? I guess it came out this month to strong Steam reviews, but basically no buzz. Kind of a fast 2D platformer, I guess.
All right, I'll add this as well. Let's see here. What is it called?
Looks pretty cool.
As well.
What's it? Oh yeah, I lost
Very
it.
colorful,
Advent Neon. Okay.
Advent Neon.
It's a 2D platformer.
Ooh, yeah, this does look pretty fast.
Fast action.
Oh, yeah, this does look cool.
I don't know. Well, the character, I was like, I don't know how I feel about the character, but now he's moving around a little bit more. Actually, it looks pretty cool. All right, yeah, I will give this a shot. There's a lot of 2D games, like that Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. It's coming out soon. A lot of stuff.
Dude, I can't wait to play that game. Like,
yeah, I can't say anything one way or another, but sure, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Look, I don't have the game I can talk about. That demo absolutely ripped, so I can't wait to play a full game at some point in time.
And if it's and that demo is like a really good adaptation of like the original Ninja Gaiden NES arcade game, but while making it feel fully modern, feeling it fully like informed by the last 30 years, and that's where that kind of game should be.
Exactly. Dr. Ryan is here to say, any chance we could get a random smattering of a couple of the one vote games every week on the Bomb 12? I want to see what the weirdos are playing. So you're like playing them on the site, presumably.
Yeah, I might even maybe I'll make like a little hopper on the graphic for like a random selection of a couple of those, like maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah, honorable mentions.
Yeah, honorable mentions.
Like, hey, this is a weird one that looked kind of cool. Maybe people should look at it.
Exactly. I like this idea. That's a good idea. Bomb 12's been a success so far. I'm very happy with it. It was a Bacular's idea, and it was just like, oh yeah, really good idea. I'm happy with it. Good idea.
Yep. Yeah, like you were saying, like in the front/back, depending on where they put it, of a magazine, and they would just put like, this is top charts.
Yep. Yeah, the top 30 from Nintendo Power is what a lot of people are pointing to. It's like, oh yeah, it's very similar for sure.
Steven Sullivan, is there a direct on Thursday?
I don't know. I hope so. If I were a betting man, which I suppose there's evidence that I am, I would bet that there is going to be one on Thursday still. Too much smoke from too many people that know too many things. And yeah, like I said, I'm hopeful. We will see. And we get to tomorrow and they don't announce it. That doesn't mean anything. It could still be a mini, and we'll find out Thursday.
Next up is from Ali Miracle. Hydrate and dress cool for Evo. Seems like we're staying around 105 this weekend. 105 degrees.
That's too many.
Jesus Christ. That's too many.
That's too many.
Dude, it was... Last summer was the heat wave, like the record heat wave, and I was in Vegas in the middle of summer.
That's right, yeah.
Jeff, it was 114 before heat index. Before heat index.
I hate that.
Yeah, heat index was like 120 something. I could feel myself burning when I walked across the street.
Yeah, that's rough stuff. I mean, the good thing about Vegas is you can find reasons to never go outside, and you just got to stay inside and stay cool, keep yourself safe.
That's the beauty of, I'm going to a convention, and then like the stuff me and my friend are going to be doing is like, we'll go to an IMAX theater because we don't have any near us, and then we'll go like maybe just chill in the casino and play some slots for a little bit or something. Like,
exactly. Yeah, just keep yourselves entertained because that's what Vegas at least does pretty well.
Exactly. Yeah, so we'll be fine. Postman Dan is back. We should compile a Royal Rumble of video game characters for a Game Mess game segment.
Okay, that's interesting. I'll try to think about like how that could work. Okay.
Oh, you go into character creator and just do it like all the YouTubers do.
Just like do a shoot royal. Okay. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good idea. All right, we'll see if we can make something like that happen.
There you go. From LG Bryce, have you guys seen Wildgate? Would love to see Jan lead the GB crew through space.
We have, yes. I talked about it. It seems like Sea of Thieves in space with maybe a little bit more going on. I haven't looked too much beyond that, but it's definitely something we're like, hey, we gotta get the crew together and do this. And when everyone's back together, we will make it happen. I think it looks pretty interesting.
Darashi. Sorry guys, it was a frog robot. Guess that means no second super chat from me this time. Wait a minute.
Man, frog robots are pretty. That's a cool thing.
That is a cool thing.
The Zord from, was it the Power Rangers movie when the Black Ranger got the frog, or was that something else? I think it was in the movie. And I love that.
You're right.
I think that frog was awesome. It had such a good design to it. It's like this like shiny plastic exterior, and then it just looked like a fucking frog. That rules. Give me more of that.
What's the relationship between frogs and toads? Different thing?
Yeah, one is like fully I think one lives in the water, one lives in the on the ground, on the earth.
Like croc and alligators kind of split.
I think so. Yeah. Listen. I am no expert.
I think that's the difference between crocodiles and alligators.
I know for sure that
Okay.
one of the differences between those two is one's in North America and one's in Africa. But I don't know if there's a difference beyond that. But for toads and frogs, it's like I think one's amphibious and one's not as much. I guess I don't know for sure. Like I said, no expert.
Chat says frog and toad are friends, which is, I don't know, that made me chuckle. Jeff, can you please open up Google Images real quick so I can show you something?
Yes.
And so you have visual aid.
Images.google.com. All right. Yes.
Can you just search for toadman.exe, like TOAD man.exe?
So toadman.exe.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'm looking at this guy.
Yeah, dude from Battle Network. I don't know. That's just a cool looking frog.
I like. I'm like
robot frogs looking.
Yes,
cool.
this first one is the one that like is this the ideal one I should be looking at? Because there's also this third one where there's like a boy's face in there. All of these are very good though.
Oh, that sounds scary. Yeah.
Oh, there's Toadman. Is this fan art? This that looks like original Mega Man boss images. All this stuff is fantastic. I like.
He was. Yeah. So the Battle Network bosses are all the characters, all the net navies as they're called, are all based on original Mega Man and like Mega Man X characters.
Okay.
So
very cool then.
Yeah, exactly. Next up would be from David Arline, back once again to say, Sean knows about Frasier and not home movies.
That one was network television that was inescapable, right? And also, you said he didn't have cable, right? So Frasier would have been on the TV.
Exactly. Frasier was on when I got home from school after the cartoons were done. So I know about Frasier. That's how I know about Cheers too. Cheers is my favorite TV show. Like,
Cheers is great.
And Frasier is a fucking institution. I don't know who these home video motherfuckers are.
Christian, you would love home movies. I think you would really like it.
Okay, I'm gonna check them out then.
From Hex Professor, watched the Evo video earlier. Great work, Sean. Thank you, Hex Professor.
Yep. Dan was mentioning he was like, oh, if I ever try to film something myself, he's gonna be looking for tips. You should just do a seminar with us of like what you did there to kind of make it work. Because I definitely could. I always have an idea. I'm like, oh, I have all this stuff, I could do it, and then it's like kind of cumbersome. Like I need to find some best practices for recording myself when I go to events.
Yeah, just it was a $20 Amazon tripod that's like 4 feet tall or whatever.
Right.
Just popped, at the time I had an iPhone 15 Pro. No, I just had the regular, but I had the Pro at the time. Pop that in there. It was great for the static shots. You can see like when I'm interviewing people, it looks really nice, especially if we had good lighting. For movement shots, everything was a little shakier than I would like because I was still learning how to use an iPhone for video.
Mm-hmm.
But if you turn on the action mode, that's like the ultra digital stabilization and works pretty well. So if you're like me and you couldn't afford a gimbal at the time, that's a nice way to at least like mostly stabilize everything.
All right, cool. I also keep eyeballing that the gimbal camera that Jan has. I can't remember the name of. That thing, it went up like in price like $300 or something like that. And it's like, it's so hard to convince myself to pay that much for that thing when I knew it like launched at like $500. So I keep putting it off.
Also,
but the price can get more expensive.
Just buy the smartphone one. It's like $100.
I actually do have that DJI one for. Wait, I said it wrong when I tried to correct myself. DJI,
right somewhere in there.
I have that one for my phone. It's pretty good. It's just the phone with the volume button on the side, and like when you clamp it in there, it sometimes wants to hit that. It's just a little frustrating to use. I know what you mean. Gotta figure it out a little bit better.
It's more convenient to have an all-in-one. It's also way more expensive to have an all-in-one, though. So I'm just like
significantly more expensive. It's too rich for my blood.
And then should be the last one for now. Wiley Jenkins, home movies and Shin-chan remind me of late nights when I should have been studying.
I never watched any Shin-chan.
Kureyon Shin-chan.
Yeah, those games keep like coming out, and they have like a really good. They look just like the anime.
Yeah.
I should try to watch some of that. But it's pretty fun. A kid gets naked all the time, right? That's what happens in that show. That kid Shin-chan gets.
I never seen him naked, but
he's got the little it's his wieners hanging out sometimes. No. All right. Look, I didn't fucking make the show. Don't get mad at me. All right, you could save me now, Sean. Anytime now.
For people that are listening, the "Be Right Back" screenshot showed up on Sean's camera. So.
Everyone out there knows what I'm talking
chats, about. Jeff, we can continue the show now.
All right, thanks. Appreciate it. We're going to go on another break. We'll come back, and we're going to do our mailbag separate from the super chats right after this. All right. He's big on mooning and flashing people. See? That's what I thought.
Yeah, that's true. I watch a couple episodes. I didn't watch them. Remember at the beginning of the episode when nobody knows who was hosting the show? That was funny. Sorry, it's just
that's just how
I was waiting because I'm like, well, Jeff did it last time. He's just going to do it again, right?
I assumed, I was like, I'm pretty sure I was going to host it.
It just took you a beat, and you're just like, okay, yep, this is what's happening.
Exactly. That's all. All right. Let's see.
All right.
Do
you have the mailbag?
I have the mailbag. Looking at it right now. Let me do that.
I have it loosely ordered to have stuff specific to me towards the top. And then since we're both looking to get out here a little early, we can just cut it off whenever. I know I said that last time, but we can actually cut it off. Yeah,
that sounds good.
And then you and Mike can grab the next ones next time.
That sounds good. Yeah, I'm mostly feeling okay. It's just a little hot and a little nauseous and stuff. That's all.
I gotta get up at 4 a.m. though, so yeah, I also don't want to be here too late.
We're gonna do about half of these then. Okay, right. I am good. Let's bring it back.
Let's go.
We're back. We're gonna get into it. It's the last of the Nintendogs, Sean and Jeff. The mailbag is not quite here. I think I'm supposed to send you after the mailman to go fetch the sack of letters. There he goes, everybody. Go capture him. Bite his ankles off. I don't know how that helps us. It might actually hurt us, but thank you for retrieving the mail, Sean. We're going to start with this first letter from Jim, who writes, "Hey, yo, dogs. Since the Switch 2 launch, have you changed your mind about anything? I kind of like the awful physical game box design now. I come around on those mostly. I came around on those like before the launch because people were like, no, look, like the art like wraps all the way around the edge, and that like makes the boxes look even more distinguished than they did before. And I agreed with that. I thought they ended up looking pretty nice.
The text on the bottom also isn't that appealing, but because of the crop, you actually also get more of the artwork. I noticed that on the Legend ZA box art, you get slightly more of it. So yeah, I don't bother it doesn't bother me too much. I'll be honest, I just always liked everything about the Switch 2, and I still do. The one stickler for me is that the screen isn't as good as it could be. I especially noticed that playing Donkey Kong at night, the loading screens are black. It glows.
Yeah, that's
kind of a bummer. But yeah,
I was always blown away by black scenes on the OLED, and just be like, "This screen looks like it's off. This is crazy." Yeah. Loading
screens on my Steam Deck OLED just look fantastic. So it's a little bit of a bummer to go back to LCD. But otherwise, I would just say in general, I'm just really enjoying Switch 2 experience.
Yeah, I think. Change my mind might be a little bit strong, but definitely it was just like more impressed than I thought I would be, with admittedly low expectations for all of the gimmick stuff. For game chat, and we talked about this a bunch. Game chat and the camera. I really enjoyed the way the camera's used in that Mario Party thing. It's not worth $20, especially if you're going to be playing online with friends. But how it works. It's like, oh, this is it's iToy, but in Mario Party, whatever. I think this is pretty exciting. So, and
it's
I
a
have
gimmick
kids.
where you like plug a $20 webcam in and have a little bit of fun. I think that's neat, but yeah, if they're gonna charge a decent amount for upgrades, that's not really worth it. Yeah.
Did I say iToy, whatever.
I think you said iToy.
Yeah, okay, good. And I have kids, so it's like it's a good fit for my household. But yeah, all that gimmick stuff was a little bit better than I was expecting.
Yeah.
HMOC writes in, what do you think Nintendo's next $80 game will be? Do you think there's another $80 game this year?
Well, technically, Legends ZA and Metroid Prime 4 are both $80 games.
Did they confirm Metroid Prime 4 is $80 for this? Is that the Switch 2 version?
Yes.
How does that work? Is there bonus content for the Switch 2 version? How are they doing that?
No, it's just $10. Like, there's no savings if you buy the Switch 2 version, so you need to spend an additional $10 either way.
Okay. Huh. All right. So
as far as I know, unless there's $60 and it's okay. So So there's $60 games that's $70 for. Got it.
Okay. Switch
so
1 is $60, and then it's $10 more.
It's
for the
Kirby
Switch 2 updates.
Is $80?
Yeah. Kirby, once it's all
Kirby's
said
is
and done, will
20,
be $80.
right?
Right. I think so. Anything that has like
So then-
full DLC has been $80. And then,
Yes.
and then the Zelda Tears of the Kingdom was $80 because that's $70 going up to $80. So it's $10 extra. It's
Right.
confusing. Okay, so let's all this stuff, throw it to the side. After these, what do you think is the next like just straight up $80 game?
I don't think if they like really want to, and if they did it once, they certainly will. So whatever the next 3D Mario is, whenever it is, and Zelda, because Tears of the Kingdom was the first one that they tried 70 with.
Do you think there's a chance like Animal Crossing is like 80 and then they try to have a bundle that has the savings attached to it and they kind of keep going back to that well over and over?
That's a good call.
Because
because it's the same position as Mario Kart.
Exactly. The people
Everyone's
that need
gonna
Animal
buy
Crossing,
this either way.
Yeah, they kind of feel like they don't even have a choice, right? Like whatever Nintendo wants to charge for this, I'm going to pay because I'm not going to not have Animal Crossing. That's the game I play. There's millions of people like that. So we'll see. Beef Hammer. Hey, Jeff and Sean. So I got a bone to pick with Mike. Fantastic. I love when we can do this when he's not here. You see, when he came for those complaining about the DualSense hurting their hands, I said nothing for I have strong hands. When he came for the water drinkers, I said nothing for I do not drink water. When he came for the Cruise and Blast theme song, I said nothing for Jeff and I had already left and gone cruising. When he came for Cyberpunk 2077 fans, I said nothing, for he was correct on that one. But ever since, but ever since he started his attacks on those of us with beautiful blue eyes, trying to avoid the dangerous blinding rays from the sun, I haven't been able to look at him the same way. How do we cancel this man? First of all,
I think you just did, Beef.
Yeah, first of all, Beef, I want to thank you for equating him to the Nazis. That's completely fair here with this little adaptation of your poem. So thank you for that. And then a second, I think you're on a good start here, canceling him. Yeah, that's what he doesn't get. He's like, oh, the people with blue. Or what he doesn't say this. People need sunglasses, have weak eyes. And it's like, no, people with lighter eyes just have more sensitive eyes. We see more than you do with your shit-filled eyes, Mike Minotti. Get out of here. Fucking bastard.
It runs in the family, the grandpa used to do some stuff.
His grandpa, but just his grandpa's eyes were all black, I think, right? Just filled with evil.
We're after that, yeah.
Deep black.
K-Berg writes in, how difficult is it to not slip up on an NDA or anything else you are told in confidence before embargo? Do you keep a list or what? Thanks. It's usually, if I sign an NDA, like a real NDA, there was talk about the an NDA for the playtest. That's not a real NDA. I'm like one where I like have to go in there and sign my name with a company, which I don't do very frequently because I just tend to not think it's worth it to sign an NDA to get some info about a game early or whatever. But it's happened a couple times. When that happens, very easy, very serious, because I've literally have had a back and forth. I have often like printed off the paper and signed it with an actual pen, scanned that, sent it back to them. And in those instances, I remember doing that. Don't have to write it down or anything. Embargoes are more challenging, but I think what I just do is at this point, I'm not too in the game of I have to have my review ready to go right when everyone else does. So if there's something I care about, I know the date, and it's something that I'm playing and I half care about, I'll just wait till I see everyone else talking about it, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, I guess we could talk about that now. And I just try not to talk about it beforehand. It's a little confusing.
When Expedition 33 came out and I was playing like in the embargo, I was like so crazy. I wanted to talk to people about it. That one was kind of rough because it's like the best game, the best RPG ever made. So that one was rough. I wanted to yell at people.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
You need to play this motherfucking video game. God damn it.
Yeah, that's overwhelming sometimes. Like that happened with Breath of the Wild. It was like I was like looking for people I could talk to about it. Yeah. I think
None of these motherfuckers played it here either. I was so mad because I think Sean
I was busy that
started
day.
playing.
Yeah.
And Mike played it on stream. That was crazy.
Yeah, and Jeff, okay. What's going on there, Jeff? Like, it's you and me. You can be real here. What's going on, Expedition 33?
Yeah, it's up next. I'm getting back to that next. So it's like kind of. I just wanted to be all Donkey Kong while Donkey Kong was there in front of me, and now that I'm mostly on the other side of that, I have just last night re-downloaded Expedition 33 to my new Steam Deck that I got as a replacement for the one that broke, and that's the game I'm going to be playing in these hours going forward. So
cool.
I enjoy that game. I like it a lot, and they got it running quite a bit better on Steam Deck, so that'll make it easier for me. Although I got Apollo on this PC, and I'll run it through Moonlight. That's right. It's what's called Moonlight. If I need to have the full fidelity, that's been running great as well. So, yeah, I'm all set up, ready to take that on next. That'll be like my primary game. And then there was the other one that's like kind of game of the year. Oh, Death Stranding 2. That'll be after that. So those are the two games that I'm like giving myself the whole year to get through here between those two games while I'm playing other things that are more immediate. That's the plan. Philip Fortuna. Hello, doggos. I recently bought the game Furry on sale on Steam because I wanted to have it for my deck. This made me realize that I first beat it on my PS4 9 years ago. In my mind, it felt like something that I would have played just 2 years ago tops. Is there a game that sticks in your mind so vividly that it feels like you played it more recently than you actually did? P.S. You should play Fury, goddammit. Another great Japanese-inspired game from the French. That's just where my mind goes.
You're thinking about furries all the time, motherfucker.
Everyone's got furry stuff on our brain, Jeff.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? What's the problem? Yeah, is there an issue?
I think there's no problem with it. I'm just,
Goddamn right I do. They're great people. I definitely have stuff like this because I'm bad at putting myself on a timeline in general. So everything feels like it happened in some amorphous blob a couple of weeks ago, or forever ago. It's one or the other. But can't think of any like exact examples in this moment. How about you, Sean?
No, nothing comes to mind immediately either. Sorry.
Firehair was like, Rocket League being 10 years old already blows my mind. Yeah, sure. We were just playing that, and Rocket League always feels like, oh yeah, I should get back to that. I was just playing that a couple months ago, and I'll look, it's like, oh, it's actually been 3 years since I last played Rocket League. Yeah. John Martin writes in, I've played some games recently with some amazing twist villains. What are some of the best and worst twist villains in gaming? Is this, you think this is the concept? What do you think this concept means?
Like a plot twist villain.
Okay.
Like they seem like they're a good guy and then they turn out to be a bad guy. I'm trying to think of like any in general, but especially some where like the statute of limitations is up. I'll say Metal Gear Solid 1, like Liquid Snake being Master Miller. That was a cool moment.
That's good. That's a good call for sure. Yeah. The ones that I'm thinking of are definitely still spoiler laden, and so it'd be tough to talk about. Oh, Wheatley from Portal 2 says Firehair. That's pretty good. I like that. Oh, Infinite Wealth did have a couple, although I'm like struggling to remember any of their names. But that's honestly.
Careful. You can't get Yakuza lore wrong on Lexi's birthday.
That's true. Infinite Wealth, like
shoot you and then
everything is a twist in that game, right? Where it's like everyone is your friend, then everyone's your enemy, and everyone's your enemy, and then they're your friend. That happens over and over again, and it rules every time.
That's right, BioShock.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, that's like the
really good
definitional example of this. Like a Dylan says, so Sean, how about that Poppy Kong, huh?
Oh my God, dude, Poppy Kong, you don't even know, Jeff.
No, I do know. Actually, I 100% know. Yeah, I get
you
it.
know?
Oh, I get it.
He knows. He gets it.
Just the fashion. That's like, that's just a sharp dressed lady monkey. and with nice earrings. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Poppy Kong and all the Poppy Kong lovers out there. Always Be Clothing says, in your life, what's currently got you hyped like you're watching Daigo come back against Justin Wong at EVO? That, honestly, you want to get me hyped? Just show me that anytime, and I'll just be like, fuck yes. This is the best thing that's ever happened.
You know what? No. Evo Moment 37, yes, but I have Evo Moment 38 on the brain.
Also, Evo Moment 38, yes. God, that ruled.
I fucking jumping over him with the useless Hugo move. God, that was such a cool moment.
And watch, I think we were all watching that live, right? I watched that live and was just like, I cannot believe what I'm seeing with this. This is so good. That's
yeah, I don't know how many crowd shots are out there on YouTube. I didn't look it up, but hey, if you want one, it's in that Evo video I made. So I'm glad.
Ooh, okay.
One of the nice things about getting that video out there is like
that's right. Yeah.
It's out there in the wild that I did and published before.
Yeah, we should we'll point that out. Let people remind people, hey, remember this and see that moment. We have it on this video. Yeah. Jamie H. Christmas Eve says, with Sean on, I'm curious what his thoughts are on Pokemon Red and Blue having a hidden difficulty select based on which Pokemon you choose and their type advantage / disadvantage for the first couple of gyms. You can include the first 4 gyms, but by that stage and onwards, you should have a varied party. Bulbasaur was easy mode, Squirtle was medium, and Charmander was weak against Brock and Misty. Right. Okay, yeah, so how do you feel about this?
I think that's a great way to do difficulty, sort of like building it in so the hardcore audience knows that's there and they know what to look for once they've learned the game. Because once you learn the type matchups of Pokemon, you know, like, oh, wait a second, Charmander does suck against the first 2 gyms. So like, I gotta get a little creative here. I like that in games in general, of those like subtle ways you can make the game more difficult. And I think that's one of the beauties of Pokemon and why. Anytime people say like, "Oh, Pokemon's too easy. I wish it was more difficult." Just play differently, bro. Like they gave you the option. Just like pick something that's going to make it harder on yourself, and that's a great way to approach it, I feel.
Screaming Madden writes in, "Hey there, Sean. Got Maximilian Dude to appear on Giant Bomb McDowell, and Jeff got John Goodman to appear on Giant Bomb Grubb." On the subject of fighting games, which Nintendo franchise would be best suited for a traditional 2D fighting game? What do you think?
Traditional 2D fighting game. Just because of the nature of Smash, for some reason, Star Fox comes to mind.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't know, just like hand-to-hand combat feels like something they would have done in the academy. And then also they blast each other with lasers sometimes. I'm trying to think of like something a little more organic than that. And oh, yeah, good one from chat. Fire Emblem, but Soul Calibur.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that would be fantastic, actually. It's like another weapons fighter. Well, it's Soul Calibur, so you want all of them to be weapons fighters. Let's go.
Yeah, we haven't had a weapons fighter in a long time.
Yeah, okay, that'd be great. Those are good examples. I'm going to let you have that one. All right.
But also, I was very happy that I got Max and all of Yo Video Games to do cameos in that video. That was a cool moment to also meet those guys I've been watching for like 15 years or something.
Yeah, that's fantastic work. Cryorsis, hey dogs, mostly aimed at Jeff, but I'll hear Turbo Sean out as well. With another semester of college for computer information systems looming, working nights, and raising a 6-year-old boy. Oof, man, that's tough, bud. What is your go-to tired dad meal for the family? Love you, dudes. Pelvis. I mean, listen, I'm American and sometimes pretty lazy, and I gotta feed the kids. Frozen pizza.
What?
There ain't nothing wrong with nothing wrong with a frozen pizza. It always hits the spot. They're fantastic these days. I mean, they come out tasting like as good as some like cheap delivery, and the cheap delivery is good these days as well. So, frozen pizza is my go-to. I will also occasionally, I'll make some sort of noodles dish, an Asian noodle dish or something like that, and some like frozen broccoli that you just microwave the bag, something along those lines. Those are the go-tos.
Yeah, frozen pizza is my go-to as well, just because it's cheap. I like kind of grew up on, like
Same.
When DiGiorno's are on sale, you get like, the 4 for $10 or whatever the hell it is. That's like the really good deal. You just stock them up because it's frozen. Jeff, do you get Palermo's at your Kroger?
Well, we don't have Kroger.
You don't.
Northeast Ohio is like one of those pockets where some union shit happened 30 years ago, and Kroger's like, well, we're scared of that.
I
And we're like, so we're
remember that.
never
That's
coming
right.
back here. But
What is your grocery store?
Giant
I
Eagle's
forget.
like the big brand here, but there's a variety of smaller independent grocery stores actually that I go to, like Buy Right or something. I actually can't remember what it's called, and they look like they were built in the 1940s. I kind of like it. They smell bad.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. I don't think I've seen a Palermo's. Well, what is this? Is a brand of frozen pizza?
Yeah, it's out of Milwaukee, so I'm wondering like how far it's gone. It's out of Milwaukee, and like you could find them at the Kroger owned stores in our area.
Right.
And I'm wondering if like Kroger has then brought them out to other places as a result of that like relationship.
Yeah, it was the thing where it was like I was out in Colorado, and it's like, oh, we don't have a ton of Krogers out here. There's some. And then I was like, oh, Kroger owns all of these stores. They own Safeway now, let alone everything else. So, yeah. Lenny, Cool Dick, Denver writes in. Hi, Jeff, learning how to terrorism Grubb, and Sean hasn't had a haircut since Evo 2024. McDowell, is that true?
True.
Remember how Mario Odyssey had that Luigi's Balloon World DLC? What would be a good DLC new mode for DK Bonanza? I have a good idea. How about fucking funky mode? Huh? How about Saber Brother from federal prison, Nintendo? Come on, help me out here. Yeah, funky mode would be great. I don't know what that entails. I don't know what they do with that. Maybe just give them let me play as Funky in Donkey Kong Bonanza. That's the one other playable character. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure what else you could add to it because I'm not creative enough to come up with something like that. That's why I'm not in game development.
Have you tried?
I got nothing.
Have you tried the sculpting mode?
I was wondering about that the other day.
DK
I don't even know
artist.
how to access that, Jeff.
Yeah.
Is it like on the main menu?
Yes,
like...
exactly. It was. I did like. I've never even seen this fucking shit. Where is it? So on the title screen, you have to hit the plus button, and it takes you to DK artist from there. It's so good. It's really good. It feels so cool to like move the cursor around, like you can paint the 3D objects and stuff like that, and it makes a good like squishy sound as you're doing it. It's such a satisfying tactile thing. It's like, man, Nintendo should just make a full suite of 3D artist tools, and yeah, it was. I would.
They were going to at one point.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, 64 DD days.
Yeah.
Yep. Chris 2K writes in. Hi, dogs. In this week's Bomb 12 on Giant Bomb, I submitted No Sleep for Kaname Date. Is it Kaname Date or Date? Date. I should have gone with my first instinct there. From AI, the Somnium Files. Now, is that AI or I, the Somnium Files?
Apparently that was I, as we learned together in that Nintendo Direct that one time.
Although I'm still playing and thinking a lot about Bonanza, I love Uchiki Oski games, so I had to submit. I don't know, man. I had to submit that. Sean, have you played or are you going to play No Sleep for Kaname Date from I, the Somnium Files? Mostly I'm sending this message so you have to say No Sleep for Kaname Date from I, the Somnium Files 3 times. Love you.
I realized that's what was happening halfway through.
I did too. I was like, I started the second time. And I was like, oh, this is a bit now. And so I dedicated myself to saying the whole name each time.
And the name was Uchikoshi, by the way.
Uchikoshi. Oh, yeah, look at that. The case there. All right, yeah, Uchikoshi. Fantastic. Yeah, the letters move around on your boys sometimes. Listen, if I see this in the Bomb 12 and it has more than one response, maybe I'll find a way to get it into the Bomb 12. No problem.
Hey, this question was for me, asshole. So I have not gotten around to playing either of the first 2 games. So I did just pick them up recently in the Steam Summer Sale though, because they were like $4 a pop or something. But I really loved the games before this. This was, Christian, help me out. This was the Zero Escape.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I love Escape and Virtual Last Reward. Yeah.
I love that trilogy of games. So yeah, I'll get around to playing this series eventually. Don't you worry.
All right.
Zero Time Dilemma is the third one.
Yeah.
Oh man,
that's right.
I always mix that up in my head. I know there's no relation to Zenless Zone Zero.
That's fair.
All those things get
They're both
mixed
nonsense
together.
names.
Yes, exactly. We're going to go to 10:30. It's 10:22 right now, so we'll read these questions till 10:30, and then we'll start wrapping up the show, everybody. From Velocity Prime 1. This is Miyamoto. I am commanding the Nintendos to come up with a bonanza-like comeback for the Star Fox game series. What's your pitch and idea for 90-plus OC from Fox McCloud and company? And don't just get freaky about Crystal. All right, keep in your pants, Sean. Listen, I think if they did a game where it was, you're still doing Star Fox combat, and then Fox McCloud does get out of his ship in certain segments, and it is like the exploring a world, and then you can upgrade your ship, get back in your ship, and that enables you to go even further, whether that's to other planets or further on the same planet. I don't know. I think there's something there. They could just treat it like one of their biggest game franchises, go all out, and probably make a game that would do very well. Plus 90 Metacritic, who knows? But I think it would be high 80s.
I would love to see them take a bit of a risk and make a huge game. It just happens to be Star Fox. I see in the chat Mass Effect Star Fox.
Oh wow, okay, and yeah, sure.
Genuinely that.
Star Fox RPGs I would actually fucking rip. I would love that.
Yeah. You go around in the Great Fox and pick up missions. You go to different planets. You have R-Wing battles before you get in there. You have R-Wing segments on the ground, and then you explore some world area. It doesn't need to be every planet's an open world or whatever, the hell Starfield was promising. It can be more segmented than that, but make it feel a little grander than that. And and I see someone saying sounds a little like Starlink. Genuinely,
yes,
what they did in Starlink with Star Fox,
yes,
I would love to see that just be Star Fox.
One of the best Star Fox games, Starlink, for real. It's
legit. Yeah, I have the R-Wing over there myself.
Yeah, I never beat that game. I should go back and play that on Switch too and see what it's like.
I didn't. I just played Star Fox stuff.
Yeah, I played a ton of that, and it was. I think if you kind of adapt what they did in Starlink and make that feel even bigger, you got yourself a good Star Fox game. The Uncharted Wolf writes, "Hey dogs, I have a theory about the next 3D Mario game that I'd love to hear y'all's thoughts on. Looking at the interviews and credits for Bonanza, we know that the director is brand new to EPD Tokyo, and the producer is Kenta Motokura, the director of Odyssey. There are two major people in that team that aren't anywhere in the credits for Bonanza. Koizumi, the producer of Odyssey, and the Nintendo Direct guy. Yeah, Koizumi shows up in a lot of those. As well as Koichi Hayashida, the co-director of 3D World alongside Motokura, as well as producer of Odyssey. I believe the next 3D Mario game has been in production for a while now, with these two as director/producer combo. I also believe that this will be Koizumi's last Mario game that he's heavily involved in, as he takes a more supervisory role afterwards, akin to Miyamoto. Sorry for the long question, but I needed to unleash this theory." To me, this sounds. I've heard a lot of combinations of these thoughts from other people before. I think people are probably onto something. Koizumi not being in the credits for a game from this team is a little bit noteworthy. Does that mean that for sure they've been working on a 3D Mario game alongside this for years and years and years? No, but I'm I don't think it's entirely cope. I think that this is a reasonable explanation to a certain degree. What do you think?
I think it's a reasonable thing to think about as well, because when I was looking at the wiki page for EPD 8 earlier today, I saw that I didn't know this. So originally they were two different EPD groups, or however it was classified earlier on, that then merged into EPD 8. And so if maybe the team has grown in size, that they could basically be two internal teams under the same group again, maybe it is possible that a new Mario game has been in development, at the very least, as a smaller thing while Bonanza was getting finished, and then some of that team then moves over to the Mario game to finish it up over the course of the next couple of years. I think it's possible. I think it's genuinely so nebulous that it's hard to pin down exactly what it is. But yeah, I think what you're saying here, Wolf, makes a lot of sense. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm buying it for sure. Is it something where I'm well, that's definitely happening, and next year we're getting that 3D Mario? I'm not fully on board with that yet, but I wouldn't be shocked if that's how it went down. J. Arthur in chat also says the art director of Odyssey is also not in the credits for Bonanza. These people not even in the special thanks or anything like that? Huh. Okay. I'm curious. Curious for sure. Okay. Nintenderic. What is the best realistic thing they could announce for you at a potential Nintendo Direct as far as first party goes? Also third party. I mean, what is the best realistic thing? I guess my mind does keep going back to Animal Crossing. I've said it a bunch of times. I feel like the timing's right on that. And we did get, we got Rhythm Heaven, and we got the Tomodachi Life. Like, those were announced at that Direct for Switch 1, and those would have been like, oh, I would love to have seen those. And we got a bunch of WarioWare games last generation that would have been like realistic, impossible, and something that would have made me really happy. I'm ready for the next Animal Crossing, and I hope that because they've had so many years, and since the way they do release games, it's not about, hey, and we need to support Animal Crossing for years and years, and that means all of our good ideas are going to go into this last game. I hope that means all of the good ideas for really ratcheting up what Animal Crossing can be go into this next one, and they really nail it. Yeah, that's where my hope is at. How about you?
I would just like to see some of the rumored stuff get released, and some of the logical stuff get released, like Prime 2 and 3 on Switch 2.
Yeah.
Especially like 3 with the mouse controls and everything.
Oh yeah,
and that's realistic. I would like to see.
I think that's one of the reasons subconsciously I'm like, oh yeah, Metroid Prime 4 November, December, because that gives them plenty of time still to launch 2 and 3 if they wanted to. Although again, no guarantees that they'll actually follow through with that, despite the fact that they did have it ready to go. They could have released that whenever. We'll see. Nintendogs. What is... Oh, wait, that's the one I just read. Excuse me. Slane says, a new 3D Mario, a new F-Zero, the Breath of the Wild, but for the Zelda series, a Punch-Out reboot, Wind Waker and Twilight Princess remasters, Spoon Heaven Shadow Drop. Besides those, what other predictions do you guys have for this week's Nintendo Direct?
Okay, predictions that aren't anything that was just mentioned.
Yes, a new 3D Mario, new F-Zero, Breath of the Wild, but for the Zelda series, a Punch-Out reboot. Shit! Wind Waker and Twilight Princess remaster, Spoon Heaven Shadow Drop. Besides those,
another look at Prime 4 and maybe release date. I don't think that was anywhere in there, right?
No, yeah. I mean, I think that's pretty safe. I agree with that.
Yeah, that's what everyone's talking about. So that makes sense.
Yeah, let me look at my list of EPD. We not going to get anything Wii Sports. Nintendo Switch Sports came. You know what? My thing would be something from EPD4, which is the Weird Team. It has been a couple of years since Game Builder Garage, even longer since Labo. Honestly, Ring Fit Adventure 2. I think Ring Fit Adventure 2 is one that pops off here relatively soon. I guess they want to wait for that for this. Well, no, because that thing just sells forever. So, or at least hypothetically it will. Because the first
maybe
one
they would wait until like more Switch 2s are in the wild, though.
Yeah, it's tough, right? I'd go back and forth.
Because it feels like if Ring Fit Adventure 2 has been on store shelves for a long time and people have seen it, and then they get Switch 2 like multiple years later, they're not going to like seek out Ring Fit Adventure necessarily. But if a lot of Switches are already out there, they're easier to get, then that's when they could sell Ring Fit Adventure 2 to just like almost impulse buy with the casual market, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I think yeah, we kind of should see some more updates as well, though, because I was just thinking Splatoon Raiders, or a look at that. Whatever the hell that may be, because we don't have like detailed gameplay of that.
And then EPD 10 is Pikmin, 2D Mario Maker. They had Wonder 2 years ago. That wasn't last year, right? Yeah, that was 2 years ago.
It wasn't last year, but was it 2 years? 2 sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah. So they probably don't have anything quite yet, but I don't know. They could. I don't know. Pikmin 4 3 years ago, 4 years ago. I don't know. It's tough to say. They're probably not going to. I still don't think they're going to have a Mario Maker 3, although that community seems convinced that there will be, and I want to believe too, but I just don't. Okay, let's see. Let's do this last one here from Jay. Donkey Thong. I try to make that sound like a question because it's a question. So let me try. Donkey Thong? I'm going to say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm glad we're on the same page with you there, Jay. Well done. All right. Yeah. Let's take a break. Let's also put a pause on the mailbag for this week. We'll come back, talk a little bit about if you've been playing anything else, and then we'll get on out of here as we wrap up the super chats. We'll be right back after this, everybody.
Breakaroo. All right, we're just gonna jump back into it.
Yep.
Wonder and Pikmin 2023. That's wild. Okay. Yeah, I am ready to get back into it.
Okay.
All right, we're back, and let's see. I'm sure there were some more super chats that came in, but we'll get to those in a second. Let's we'll talk about what we've been playing. Although I'm sure it's like for you and me, it's both been a lot of Donkey Kong. We've talked about that a lot. But yeah, anything else to say?
It's just been Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
It's been nothing but it's such a good game. I'm just happy that's like I would say even exceeding my expectations at this point. Like we have talked about a lot. It's just awesome to have this game that lets you play however you want. I haven't had much of a chance to say this, but yeah, the fact that it is in that Hulk Ultimate Destruction and Rumbleverse sort of lineage of playing as like a burlier character who then like hops on walls and climbs them, can pick stuff up and like toss it at enemies and stuff. It just all feels so great to play. I'm having so much fun playing it, and it has become my. I am playing the Switch 2 finally, like I did Breath of the Wild Switch 1.
Yeah.
Where it is the game that I sit down with that controller in my hands at the end of the day with a snack and a drink. I take the Switch 2 out of the dock. I play it a little bit before bed and sort of do some cleanup in whatever area I'm at. Like, it really is that game that excels at both parts of the formula in both of the different modes you can play it in. And I really think this is the initial Switch 2 hit that I really wanted, more so than Mario Kart World, which disappointed me a little bit. So it's great to have this fantastic game to play right now.
Yeah, I think as I upgrade my character. Oh, you okay? Oh, you're just dropping the kitty. Okay. As I upgraded Donkey Kong and got to the point where punching through rock started, and like the early stages started feeling like butter. It was like, oh my god, I can just go back in this game and play it forever. It never stops being fun to me. Having things, punching things, seeing the deformation, and having all the particles explode everywhere. They had their tech. They knew how to use it. Knew how to like really hone it in and get exactly what they wanted out of it. And it just made it makes for a really unique experience where it's using a lot of stuff we've seen elsewhere to make something that feels fresh and new, and one that like it's just ultimately very playable. Like where I press a button and all the feedback I'm getting just makes me want to press the button again forever. Just a really fantastic game. I did play some Mario Paint, played a little bit more this evening. It's just awesome to have that on the Switch 2 with the mouse stuff. And that is actually what got me to try DK Artist. I'm like, oh yeah, we'll go see what that's like. It's like, yeah, Nintendo's just very good at this stuff. Then I tried to see Nobunaga's Revenge. Is that the name of the game on NSO as well?
Ambition? Or is it Revenge?
Yeah, no, I think it's Ambition. Okay. Nobunaga's Ambition, which is a strategy game. That also has mouse support. It had Super Nintendo mouse support. So I tried that out, and that worked really well as well. Just kind of seeing how that functioned. Yeah, it was exactly. It's like, oh, this is neat. They had this built in for anyone who happened to have the Super Nintendo mouse. And so they just turned that on in an update recently, and now here it is. It works. And it still works with anyone who has a USB mouse for Switch 1 as well. If you want to try any of these things, it'll work that way. But, yep, it was a lot of Donkey Kong. I was like, yep, I just want to focus on this, and I'll start trying some other stuff here again pretty soon. Although I went back in like, okay, so Donkey Kong has some sort of post-game thing. It's like leading me somewhere, although I'm not sure if it's just saying 100% it. Mike said something about beating some post-game stuff. So I might actually ask him like, what am I supposed to be doing now? But I'm going to 100% it. I've already 100%ed a couple of levels, and that has been really fun as well. I'm mostly still running around at first, just punching stuff, like using the sonar here or there, but going to places that I didn't fully explore. So I have levels where there's like one or two checkpoints that I did not, or like the fast travel spots that I did not unlock. I'm like, oh, okay, so let me go here and explore this area quite a bit. And doing that has been a great way to find a bunch of stuff. And then I'll just start using the sonar a ton, and I'll go buy the maps for the fossil locations and the Banandium gems, and I'll just clear something out. And that it's just checking stuff off a list now, and just playing it in such a way where it's like I am stream of conscious, just going in the direction that the game makes me feel like I want to go in, and now going back and be like, all right, I have a list of stuff and checking it off. It feels like a completely different game in a lot of ways, but equally satisfying. So it just goes to show you, I think they really had the player in mind, and the player being someone that could want to play this game in any number of different ways, and they made sure they made it fun for anyone. And I think they hit their goal. So yeah, very, 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 very good game. All right, let's do the super chat, Sean. What else do we have from the crew?
From To One Free Man, do we know for sure the base Kirby game will be getting a graphics update and not getting the Mario Party treatment by just tacking on a separate DLC. Yes, it is getting a graphical update in addition to the DLC that's coming.
Yeah, just to explain that, Mario Party Jamboree has that DLC, and that DLC has some visual improvements, but none of those visual improvements were applied to the original Jamboree. I guess that's very
actually
weird.
Yeah. Now that I think about that, hang on. Yeah, I guess maybe that would be locked behind this. Well, yeah, because in this case, this Switch 2, there's no Switch 2 patch for Kirby. It is just a paid update rather, which is where, some of the confusion comes over what type of upgrade is each game getting.
It's a mess.
And this is the one where it's a $20 upgrade, hence the $80 I was talking about earlier. I do think that is what I was trying to get at earlier, by the way. It was like, that is how Nintendo will put out more $80 games, is $20 updates to Switch 1 games. And so they'll have more $80 products on the shelf, even if it's not a new $80 game with the cost built in. As far as Kirby goes, there's only one way to get that upgrade, and it is a $20 update. Cool. Next is from Postman Dan. Please, Grubb, please use Minoko and prove Dan wrong that he is one of the most fun expeditioners in Expedition 33. So Dan doesn't like Minoko, and you should.
Okay. I bet there's a good chance I will, because I think a lot of people seem to like Minoko.
Yeah, you like feet, right?
Yeah. What's wrong with feet? Nothing's wrong with feet.
Minoko is cool. I love Minoko. It's kind of hard to use it at the beginning of the game because he holds tickets to like getting the feet to get the skills. But he's a fun guy.
Yeah, he's blue mage. You have to learn skills from enemies, and that's always just like a wacky sort of like more niche thing in ARPG. But yeah, he's a cool character. I will say that. Speaking of Expedition 33, the Uncharted Wolf says, Jeff, it'd be so funny if you never played more Expedition 33.
Oh yeah, don't worry. I'm gonna keep it up when I'm talking to Mike and stuff. Don't worry. I'll keep making him sound like I'm not gonna play the game. I'm on it.
From Purified Storm, Fire Emblem 4 remake announcement. Also, imagine surprise Smash 6 reveal with Master Chief, June 2026 release. Your net goes crazy. #1 trending. Of course, that would be wild.
Master
a new
Chief
Smash
comes.
in general. Thank you, Jeff. Smash 6 would just be a wild announcement either way.
Yeah,
but any sort of guest character like that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Smash does feel not very far off, but it feels far off because, they're making Air Riders, and I still think, what's the developer's name?
Sakurai.
Yes, thank you. Sakurai is still going to be involved.
Not Sakurai, Sakurai.
Sakurai is going to...
I'm sorry, it bugs me so much because you're like, Sakurai.
Yeah, I know, Sakurai, yeah. I remember the U's.
White accent.
I forgot you got to like eat the U's on those, especially Sakurai. Yeah, and yeah.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, once I remember that, it kind of clicks. He'll still want to be involved, so that's probably still a ways off.
In some way, yeah.
That doesn't necessarily think I think it's going to be years and years and years off, because I still think there's a chance that they do Ultimate Deluxe Edition, and that's how they get the next Smash out. And then as far as Fire Emblem 4 remake announcement goes,
genealogy.
We've said it so many times now for all these directs, and it still hasn't happened. At this point, it's like I don't know, but Switch 2's here. And maybe they were saving it for the Switch 2 for this very kind of thing. So yeah, maybe it could get announced.
Maybe.
And that could be like the extra game that gets announced for this year. Like I thought could have happened for a long time now.
Yeah. And then from Sir Mammothie, 8.7 earthquake hit the Pacific. Tsunami warnings have been issued for Japan, Hawaii, and the West Coast. Hardly the most important thing, but the direct probably is likely delayed. And then I saw someone in chat mentioned it's advisories going on for the West Coast right now.
Yeah, it's been since then. It's been upgraded to an 8.8. And they're expecting tsunamis for the entire West Coast, like Seaside, Oregon, 11:55 p.m. PT, and Los Angeles, 1:05 a.m. PT. So like, be careful out there if you're in those zones, please.
Yep.
Yes,
so
safe.
Midnight to 1 a.m. for people from Oregon through California.
Yes.
Especially if you're very much on the coast, keep an eye out. Yeah, a tsunami's the kind of thing where that Nintendo would definitely delay something for that. 100% they would.
Yeah, all of Nintendo is, or the major parts of Nintendo is based there in Japan and on the west coast of the U.S.
And,
So
Japan
that could affect things there.
Japan has a tragic history with tsunamis, so they're going to take it serious. So I wouldn't be surprised if they are already planning to delay this thing and just wait and see what happens. Although maybe they don't do anything because they haven't announced anything. And there's also always a chance a tsunami watch passes and nothing tragic does happen, and they could still go ahead with it on Thursday, I suppose. So we'll see. But honestly, who cares? Let's just keep everyone safe. So hopefully this does pass and nothing bad happens.
Exactly.
Any other super chats?
That's it, Jeff.
All right. Thank you, Sean. Appreciate it. I think that means we're gonna wrap this show up. Sean, why don't you tell people where they can find you on the internet, what you have going on? If they see Evo one more time, what should they do? Try to avoid, don't make eye contact, right? Use your full name.
Back away slowly. Yeah. Turbo Sean on all the things, SHAWN, Blue Sky, Twitch, Twitter. I know I haven't been streaming on Twitch, but it's because I've been busy with so much stuff. Once I get back from Evo, I'll be streaming on the weekend again, don't worry. But yeah, if you want to know what I'm up to, go watch that Evo vid that I put out on Giant Bomb's YouTube and website. I put a lot of work into editing that the past few weeks, getting out the door ahead of Evo. So yeah, I appreciate people watching that. People have been saying lots of nice things about it so far, and I really appreciate that. Thanks, everyone.
It's a good video.
And yeah, thank you, Christian. And if you do see me at Evo this weekend, if you're gonna be there, say hi. I like chatting with people. I just like meeting people. It's like, oh yeah, you're so and so from the chat. That's always cool.
Oh yeah, that does rule. I love that. All right. Anything else? You're 4 a.m., huh? You gotta get up.
That's why I have to wake up so that we catch like a 6:30.
Yeah.
Oh, I put the Mario 3D video out. That's a segment.
Well, draft. Yeah.
Go check it out, everybody. All right. We'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Take care of yourself and goodbye.
A penis? He comes.
It's not as fun as jacking off in a rainforest cafe.